Josh Gross at Mammoth training camp with the number 2 overall pick in the 2009 NLL entry draft, Ilija Gajic. Ilija, 1 weekend of training camp now under your belt. What was the experience like for you?
Great experience. I was kind of skeptical of what it's going to be like out here with a lot of new guys on the team, but everyone's clicking very well, and everyone's looks like we have a really good team.
What was it like? Obviously, the focus, a lot of people are talking about 3 Gajic brothers on the floor. What's the greatest attribute that you think each of your brothers, Alex and Nenad, adds to this team?
Nenad's definitely the best leader out of all of us. He leads by example. He's a really hard worker, and he knows the game. He's very smart. He's really knowledgeable about the entire game. My little brother definitely has the most skill, and I'm probably the worst out of the 3, but I just have a little bit of attributes of everything on the floor, so I can play a little defense, I can run, and I can score a couple of goals. But those guys at their specific duties, they're a lot better.
I think some people would argue with the fact that you're not great at any one thing out there, Ilija. There's a reason you were drafted 2 overall. Talk about the experience now. You come in as that number 2 pick. You get traded here to this team. What are your personal goals and expectations for this season?
My personal goals has been the same for any team I played on. It's I'm not trying to fill anyone's shoes in particular. I'm not looking to score a certain amount of goals or get a certain amount of assists. All I really want to do is win a championship, and that's what was my goal for every team that I've ever played on, and that's my goal again this year. And looking at our squad and our new leadership on our team, it looks really, really strong. So I think we're going to have a solid team this year, and I'm really excited just to get going just by the looks of training camp.
One question for you, and then we'll let you go. I hear it's, what is it called, dropping the hammer, throwing the hammer down, some shot that you have that's pretty deceptive. Can you walk us through it a little bit without giving opposing NLL teams too much information on it?
Well, when I was playing in the junior leagues, I played on a Burnaby Lakers team, and I was more of like a transition player. I never really got the chance to play offense too often, and wasn't really skilled enough. So coming up through the rankings and then going on to my senior year of a junior and going on to senior, I started getting more of an offensive role. And so when I was transitioning, they were keeping me more down there. So I was practicing my shot, learning how to shot, and because I didn't start off at a young age being a really big shooter, that I just learned, I was figuring out ways to shoot, and apparently it's pretty deceptive, and goalies have a hard time with it because it's not really how the pure goal scorers shoot. So it's weird. I use a lot more of my body in the shot, but it's more accurate for me, and it works for me. So hopefully it'll work in this league.
We look forward to seeing it working throughout the 2010 season. Ilija, thanks for stopping by. We'll see you at the next round of training camp.
Thanks, Josh.